Hi, I'm Rosalind, and I'm talking about Center 3, which is called Sound and Air Outside. This is an outdoor center. If you need coats for the kiddos, then you can find some extra ones in the off closet in case anyone's forgotten them. One thing with the center is to please be sensitive to any children who might have hearing impairment, just because we are talking about sound outside and we don't want clapping or we don't want to do anything that's going to be uncomfortable for them. And there's going to be a little bit of blindfolding with the games as well. So the first activity is called sound search and air search. So for the sound search, it's basically a scavenger hunt. You have this piece of paper here. This is sound search for the younger grades, maybe like kinder through second grade. And then on the other side, this could be for the older kids. Maybe just a slight difference of the types of sound that they can look for outside. So for instance, the loudest sound they can find outside, a man-made sound such as like a fire truck, a sound from far away if there's an airplane flying overhead. That you can go around with a clipboard and just check off the things as they find it. And then the other side, this is for the older kids to look for a high sound, a low sound, a sound from the natural world, or a sound that's man-made, like a car driving past, something like that. So this is something that they can search for outside. The other search is an outdoor air search. So something that they can smell with something where it's moving the air, such as a leaf, something the air has moved, sorry. So a leaf that's maybe falling off a tree, something that's flying if they see a bird, for the younger kids. And then for the older kids, maybe something that you can do that lets you feel the air, or something that the air has changed, so there might be a little bit of overlap between the two sides, but basically it's a scavenger hunt for the kids to go outside and find some of these things that you can mark off on the piece of paper with your clipboard. And then afterwards there's going to be a game called the Air and Sound game. So with this one, you're going to be having one student that stands in the middle of a circle. So one student will stand in the middle, you'll put a blindfold over their eyes, and then they'll have their classmates standing around them in the circle. And then one child on the outside will clap their hands, and then the person with the blindfold has to turn around and figure out where that noise came from. One way that you can also change the game a little bit is if you want to do it just in a big open space, or if you want to do it next to the school, next to a brick wall, because you'll have the echo against the wall. You can see with the game if they notice any echoing or any change in the sound of the kid who's clapping next to the wall as well. You can also, with this game, talk about a decibel scale. So it talks, and show them this chart, or talk about it. And so when you're talking about the clapping to an airplane taking off, something that is just loud, like a vacuum cleaner, or very loud if you're standing too close to someone when you're talking in their ear, and how those are associated with certain decibel levels. So this will be a terminology for the students to learn the decibel scale. So you can talk about all the different sounds that they hear outside and how they rate on a decibel scale. So for instance, listening to a car horn at 3 feet is considered to be deafening and would be about 100 decibels. So after you do that, you can also talk about examples of other animals and what kind of ranges of hearing they have. So bats can hear high pitches between 20 and 60,000 hertz. I think that's what the HZ means. Humans can hear between 20 and 16,000. Dogs can hear between 40 and 45,000. So you can maybe just talk about how different animals can hear at different ranges as well. So I think that's about it. Also in your box, you'll have 2 books if we could see the air, and all air is all around you. And if there's any kids in your center who aren't that interested in the games or the scavenger hunt, then they can read these books. So have fun being outside and listening.